Hello and welcome back to Side Quest. We are raising money for direct relief. I'm your host. Whoa! We are already raising money for direct relief. With the power of Rasputin at our side. No. Hello, I'm Danny Music, and I am hosting an event called
Rasputin, apparently.
the Rasputin Challenge. Hello, Rasputin. I am here to stream to you. No. Okay. I'm hosting an event called the Musician Sprint Challenge. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain this event. So I am joined by... I am a musician. I am joined by 6 other musicians who have participated in this event. Throughout the course of the marathon, we've been choosing requests that you have donated of game soundtracks for us to cover. So we 7 musicians have taken the game soundtracks, and each of us has had a time limit of no more than 3 hours in order to prepare a cover video for you. So, without further ado, let's go to the first one. This is Soul Sanctum by Drum Ultima. All right, that was Soul Sanctum by Drum Ultima from the soundtrack Hollow Knight, which you have requested via donations. Hollow Knight was the first one chosen, and Drum Ultima, Doug Perry, absolutely wonderful musician, put a lot of effort into making the bode vibes and the bode marimba magical sounds that you have here. So I am joined by several other musicians in the chat. Can we say hi in an orderly fashion, other musicians in the chat? Everyone is so orderly that we're all...
Let's go alphabetical.
Yep, alphabetical. Okay, who
in
am I joined by?
Vocal chat or like the typing chat? I did the typing chat.
Oh, I meant the vocal chat, but the typing
Okay.
chat is important too. Hello, typing chat.
Who's alphabetical first?
You.
You.
Okay, I just saw it. Okay, cool. Hi guys, Basunify. Hello.
Hi, I'm Betsy7Cat.
Hey, I am Legos Jedi.
Hey, I'm OMG and it's Monica, and I'm also reading donations, so if that's cool, can I read off 3?
Please do.
Awesome. Okay, so thank you so much, Ball, for that 1978 saying, let's unlock that sound, shall we? And then we also have 2 1978s, both from Organics and Lizardy with no comment. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Send me some more.
Yes, send some more. So we have 7 musicians that participate in this challenge. We actually have an 8th one, but the 8th one is kind of secret. The 8th one came all the way direct from Mushroom Kingdom. His name is one that might be familiar. He is the star of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. His name is Toad. And if you donate up to $57,500 by the end of this segment, we might unlock a special song featuring our special mushroom-headed friend. So, for now, let's continue on with the next video. So, this one is by Legos Jedi. Legos Jedi, would you like to talk about it before or after?
We can do either.
Okay.
I could probably say a little something to kind of set expectations going into it, and then we can talk about it more afterwards.
Yeah, let's go
That
for
makes
it.
sense.
Cool. So I guess this is more of a remix than a straight cover. A little bit of context. I primarily do electronic music, kind of EDM-ish stuff. So that's kind of the approach that I took with this cover. So it's more of a remix rather than a straight cover. And kind of a little bit of my own take on things.
Well, heck yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Please enjoy Enter Hallownest by Legos Jedi. All right, that was Enter Hallownest by Legos Jedi. May I remind you kindly that this is the Musician Sprint Challenge. Each of us had no more than 3 hours. 3 hours to complete this. So, Legos Jedi, how did you manage this feat? How did you do this in 3 hours?
So this is actually I guess cheated a little bit because I basically modeled this off of another pre-existing track. If any of you know Dead Mouse and the track Right the Second, I modeled this track basically off of that song. So I had the benefit of more or less having the structure of it figured out, the overall like arrangement of it figured out because I was modeling it off of that existing track. And so I could start to just kind of piece together the different elements because I kind of had this template to work from. I also have the benefit of like working from EDM. It's very, I'm not sure like formulaic is the right word, but there is like a kind of structure to it, and that it is a lot of taking various elements and like adding them and removing them and just like tweaking the sound of those elements, the kind of the tone of those elements over time. So with the DAW, the digital audio workstation, the software that I use, Ableton Live, you've got this this kind of arrangement mode here where you can see the track over time, but there's another view called session view that basically allows you to have a bunch of these different clips and be able to play them and stop them and whatnot. So you could, so I approach this from basically getting all of the elements down and getting them playing together, and then I could, in that session view, experiment with adding and removing those different elements to kind of see what fit well, what didn't fit well, and kind of, you know, use that to fill out that sort of template, that sort of general structure.
Awesome. Yeah, and I definitely don't think it's cheating to take previous material that you have as like, whoa, we're seeing some donations here. I definitely don't think it's cheating to have reference material. It's really like good resources to be able to take whatever shortcuts and whatever time saves and whatever templates that you have set up already, and then to use those as building blocks into a larger structure. And yeah, it was definitely very successful here. All right, Monica, would you like to read some of these donations that are coming in?
Absolutely. So thank you, Jamie, for the 3 donations. So the first one, it starts off with "Hi, Monica," and then a series of words I cannot read on air. The second one says, "Monica sucks," and then I won't continue that one. Jamie, I love you.
Chat, apparently.
And then, yes, the last one is, "Here I am, sitting in the waiting area of a hair salon with my niece, and who walks in but Monica. Pretty soon, my niece started crying, and I'm trying to quiet her down because I didn't want to bother Monica, but she wouldn't stop. Pretty soon, she gets up and walks over. She starts running his hands through her hair and asking what was wrong. I replied that she was probably hungry or something. So Monica put down her magazine, picked up my niece, and lifted her shirt. Oh, and then I said, hey, peace out. Check out this sweet chest tattoo that I have. And it was of a Triforce.
Oh my gosh.
This is me editing on air live. Okay. I almost read the last part out loud. You almost got me on that one, Jamie. Okay. And then we have another $10 from MK. Thank you so much, saying love Zeldathon and everyone involved. Thank you. And yeah, if you have some more that you want to challenge me to read, get them in. I'll read them.
Thanks so much for the donations. Thanks so much for the copy pasta. And may I remind you again, folks, there is an emotional Toad song. Toad came all the way from the Mushroom Kingdom, wore his producer hat, got into a DAW, and created this beautiful, heart-wrenching song for you all to enjoy. But the only way we can enjoy it is if there are $57,500 raised by the end of this segment. So, the next piece that we'll have will be switching gears. So the first soundtrack that was requested for the Musician Sprint Challenge was Hollow Knight. We'll now be moving away from the land of darkness and bugs and going to the land of also darkness and mafia, question mark? This is Yakuza 0, which was your second request. And we'll be starting this off with Monica's piece. Monica, would you like to talk about it now?
Sure, yeah, I'll talk about it really quick. Mine I recorded immediately after I finished reading donations for Esteban on Titanfall yesterday. So it was already like kind of burnt. I did not know the Yakuza soundtrack at all, so I went off on a whim, and I don't want to talk over that donation. Let me know when the sound is done.
It's done. I'm not terrified anymore.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know Yakuza at all. So what I did to start off was I downloaded one track from it that, shoutouts to Marissa, she suggested Queen of the Passion, so that's the one that I went with. I knew Marissa would just suggest an absolute banger, so I blindly just went with that one. Had never heard it before, listened to it for about a half hour on a walk, came back and then started noodling it out for a half hour and then recorded it in the second half hour. So I did mine in about an hour and a half. I was incredibly rushed. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. I need to get more into the Yakuza soundtrack because it was a banger. Wasn't completely happy with my end recording, but I ran out of time. I ran out of time. I would love to polish it more, so I definitely need to pick it up and figure a few more things with it. I admittedly know nothing about video editing, so it's just me playing violin. Is it cool if I read a donation really quick too before we start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Hipster, for the 1505 saying, I saw Video James at a grocery store in Los Angeles yesterday. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a D-bag and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, oh, like you're doing now. I was taken aback, and all I could say was, huh? But he kept cutting me off and going, huh? 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 And closing his hands and shut in front of my face. As I walked away and continued with my shopping, I heard him chuckle as I walked off.
What the
All right,
heck?
we're all good. Your copy pastas.
I love it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yeah, I'll read them.
All right.
Speed read.
See you on the other side. Got no more time to play tonight, so that's gonna have to be it. I didn't love that performance, but
And that was it. Alright. So that was Enter Hollowness by Legos Jedi. No. That was... say it again, Monica. The Queen of the Dance? Is that correct?
It was Queen of the Passion from Yakuza 0.
Queen of the Passion. Very nice. Monica, I really enjoyed that. I think you're being a little too hard on yourself. And especially taking as something as very full as the Yakuza 0 soundtrack. And there isn't very much, like, I looked it up, I looked on VG lead sheets, I looked up a couple other resources. There aren't really any transcriptions online, so it's just hard to find resources at all to help you with this. So to be able to take that and then figure out what you did by ear and then play it very tunefully on the violin is already just like a super commendable effort.
Like, you said you hadn't heard that song before, right?
No, so I put you can see the time lapse of photos that I took on my walk as I was listening to the tune to get it into my ear. And then yeah, I just came home and hammered it out. So yeah, it was an hour and a half, like a very quick sprint. Probably in an hour, maybe I would have tried to, or like with another hour and a half, I would have tried to figure out some more video editing stuff because that is my biggest weakness. I really wish I knew more about that. If I'm editing just audio tracks, I have an easier time with that. But as soon as there's video, I get thrown off.
Yeah.
Time for a donation quick before we move on.
Let's hear it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Helson, for the 440 saying, Video James appeared at my door last night carrying a human skull. He said, this is your neighbor. He would have wanted you to have this. I was confused, but I said, Jamie, my neighbor is still alive. Jamie let out a deep sigh and said, he told me you'd say that.
All right. So apparently this is donate with your favorite copy pasta the stream while we also listen to some music. So
Honestly, I'm vibing, I'm digging it.
yeah, I'll dig it. So speaking of music, we're not done with the realm of Yakuza 0 yet. We have one track by Ro Panuganti, fresh from his rockin' concert the other day. Ro is joining us as well in Discord. Ro, how are you doing on this lovely Wednesday noontime-ish?
I am good. I am still tired from yesterday, but I am good. And this was fun.
So, Ro, for those of you who don't know, does YouTube videos and makes covers on a weekly basis and has been keeping at it super consistently for such a long time. It's really impressive. So, how is that experience translated to the Musician Sprint Challenge?
So the Musician Sprint Challenge is like everything that I do for like normally. When you have 1 week or 1 month or even like 1 year to do like a project and stuff, you kind of find where you're happy and where you're okay taking shortcuts and then where you're not. So being able to say like, all right, let's do the Yakuza 0 song that I did, I have the clock up and I'm like, all right, let's comfortably just learn the song first. And then I had to do my segment in like little bursts of those 3 hours too. So I would just like learn the song, and that was like the first one. I arranged it quickly in my DAW for like another 10 minutes or so. I did the drums while like Netflix is on so I don't get bored, which is probably not a good that's something I should be endorsing, but it keeps my attention when I'm clicking it in. And then I just, all right, one shot only. I went through the guitars and the bass and all of that, and I said I'll save all the extra like pianos and strings for the end because I'm not necessarily the most comfortable singer, so I knew I would be the most picky at that time. And like in the last hour, I'm just like, all right, how do you pronounce this? And like getting my Japanese back and getting the timing of everything. And by the end of it, I was just like, okay, this is good enough. Send it to I don't care what happens. It's a karaoke song. It's supposed to sound messy.
Well, let's all enjoy Bakamitai as performed by Ro Panuganti. All right, we might get to enjoy this. 1 second. Okay, so some slight technical difficulties on my end. So in the meantime, let's hear a donation from Monica.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Great Scott LP, for that $5 saying, did you ever hear the tragedy of Monica the Wise? I thought not. It's a story the mods would tell you. It's a Zeldathon legend. Monica was a musician of the Zeldathon team, so powerful and so wise she could use the donation station to influence the chat members to raise money. donate now. She
Donate.
had such a knowledge of copy pastas that she could even keep the ones she cared about from bankrupting themselves on donations. She became so powerful. The only thing she was afraid of was losing her power, which eventually, of course, she did when her shift ended. Ironic, she could read copy pasta but not invent one herself. Yo, you're right though. That's it.
These are brilliant. So what is your favorite coffee pasta so far?
I like the one that Halson donated, just calling out Jamie.
Is it because of calling out Jamie, or be for any other reason?
I like the ones that have like a little dark turn in it or something. Though I really liked that one by Scott, because that's pretty accurate. Yeah, he knows I don't make copy pastas. I just enjoy them. So yeah, donate some more for me to enjoy and to read for you on air.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently I'm having a bit of difficulty with this one, and I know why. It's because it's not actually a video file. So in the meantime, I'm gonna skip this for now, and we'll go back to it once I figure out the solution.
Danny, do you want me to because it's me, I could throw something together really fast with the audio. And
Okay.
then, like an MP4.
That would be awesome. Even if it's just like a static image with the video.
Yeah.
That would be great. Cool. So we are doing technology on the fly.
Truly
Let's
sprinting.
go.
We'll get back to you on Bakamitai later. For now, let's hear some of the third game soundtrack that you've requested. This is Pokemon Black and White, and the first video that I have for you from this is by Betsy7Cat. This is Drift Veil. Hope you enjoy.
Oh boy. Oh.
Go ahead. Betsy would like to say stuff.
So one I actually didn't even watch the video back before sending it to Danny. I'm just like, it's done. Send it. Good. Bye. But after watching it back this morning, I'm like, that is not everything is in sync. Great, thanks. And the other thing I want to mention is that I ended up doing like a lot of part cutting in order to sort of actually get the right notes in that I definitely would not have had to do if I'd actually had more time to work with it and actually fully learn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be one of those cases of you pick and choose your battles.
Yep.
Some of them you win some, you lose some. Right now I'm losing some to this battle.
Yeah, all I see is Doug's.
Yep, I can confirm that Doug is back. I don't know why anyone else isn't. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I swear this was working in the test. So, in the meantime, let's talk about the challenges that come with the Musician Sprint Challenge. So, this experience of creating a cover quickly isn't something that the majority of you have done before. How did you balance managing your time and figuring out what to do?
I can start. For me, it honestly felt a lot like some of the Zeldathon medleys that we put together. So just trying to figure out how you're going to translate the music that you hear into the instrument that you have available, or instruments plural, and then figuring out what parts you want people to focus on. Any video editing stuff I can't speak to. So yeah, that's my perspective.
It definitely did have a bit of that spirit of Zeldathon, where you wake up because you guess there was supposed to be a medley or something on the schedule, and so you're kind of sleepy, and you get in there and you're like, oh, I'll throw this together. What are the chords? And you still don't know the song by the time you get on the camera, but it kind of works out, But it had that spirit in there, which was nice.
Dan once said it and summed it up best for the entire thought of it, for me at least. He said, I have a vague understanding of what's going on. Like,
oh
yes,
my gosh, that is
that's it.
Yeah. Okay, So I figured out a workaround. I'm going to actually play Rose audio right now, and we just will have to be quiet while doing it instead of talking behind the scenes like we were.
Oh, I was finishing the thing. Or is that passing?
Oh, sorry. We're doing it live. So this is Bakamitai by Ro Panuganti.
Yeah, I'll just mute up then.
「
All right, that was Bakamitai by Ro Panuganti. Once again, I am absolutely mind blown that you pulled that together within 3 hours. It really shows someone who knows their process. Speaking about knowing their process, we are raising money for Direct Relief. Direct Relief is a fantastic cause. Right now, they're helping with COVID relief. They're helping with the recent bombings that have happened. They do so much stuff for the community. Such a good cause to donate to. And if we raise 57,500 by the end of this segment, then we will get to hear a special emotional Toad surprise. But for the time being, let's keep this moving along. Now I would like to do the video by Betsy7Cat that I had alluded to
real
earlier.
Quick.
Yes.
I saw a donation from my parents come in. Monica, would you like to read that?
Yeah, there's 2 donations queued. Just want to quickly say, Ro, that was freaking amazing.
Mhm.
Well done. Okay, so the first donation that came in is from Solak and Eleanor, and that's a $29.03 donation. Thank you so much. Saying, OMG, it's a donation.
Thanks.
Hello, Betsy7Cat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then the second donation that came in is from our very own Ro. Thank you, Ro, for $25, saying, to be fair, it takes a very high IQ to understand Toad.
Oh my
Humor is
gosh.
extremely Toad, and without a solid grasp of Toad, most of the Toad would go over a typical viewer's head. There's Toad's nihilistic outlook, which is deftly woven into his characterization. Thank you, Ro.
Thank you, Ro, and thank you for the toads. All right.
Ro, you are a treasure.
All right, here's some Pokemon Black and White. Okay. I'm going to change the title. I'm going to remove the Yakuza 0 picture. We're going to change the title to
Driftvale City.
Driftvale City by Betsy7Cat. And now I will play Betsy7Cat. It'll just be audio only, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, here goes.
Dang.
This is the part where it goes. It's not going. Ah, man.
Uh-oh.
Apparently VLC has encountered a codec that was not supported. That is
Great.
That's surprising.
Yep.
Knowing VLC.
Does it not like .mov?
It says that I need an HEVC video extensions codec to get it, and I swear that this was working
Good.
beforehand. Yeah, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties here, but once again, keep in mind that we've put this together in a span of 3 hours.
Can you open it in Google Drive and capture the Google Drive?
Well, one way to find out. So, in the meantime, we have another Pokemon Black and White video. This is the Ferret Walk by Basunify.
Also known as Accumula City.
Also known as Accumula, and also not accumulating. All right, that was Accumula Town by Basunify, also known as the Furret Walk.
Featuring Betsy Seven Cat.
Featuring
that's
Betsy
okay.
Seven Cat on the
I'm
technology
sorry, I didn't
difficulties.
I didn't realize I wasn't muted.
So, I thought, why do a sprint when you can walk? No, so I was like, it sounded like people had to do some of their stuff a little early. So I was like, I'll wait out and see what's going to be the what needs doing at the end. What's going to be the third category, and it's Pokemon Black and White. Never played that one. I think I played like Red and Blue and a little bit of Gold, and I tried the Hawaii one, and that was about it. So I was like, I don't know any music from this, and I Googled what was the music, and then I saw Betsy had done the first one that was like the search result, Driftvale. So like, oh, okay, that's a popular one. What else? And like, oh, that's where the Furret Walk comes from? No way. So I knew that meme. So I also did video, but since that didn't play, if you take out all my time, I spent, let's see, 250 minus. I did that, yeah, 2.5 hours. Yeah. Which is a lot faster than I do things, because
yeah, this was also a challenge for you, right? Because I know how much effort and how much attention to detail you put into the songs that you do normally on your channel. So I could understand that this would be a bit of a challenge to have to just kind of like take it and go, even if it's not as perfect as you would want it to be.
Yeah, I decided like I'd set myself up a little bit, because like I kind of only knew the video and barely heard the music over the 8-bit drummer stretching it out. Like that's all my only contact with the Furret creature itself. So I was like, okay, like I made sure everything was set up and had all my equipment together. I used a template from my latest bassoon recording stuff. So like I would have my reverbs and sends all set up already, and some of the little bit of mastering. So I'd have like, when I got to the mixing part, I just have to activate plugins and tweak a couple of things if I had a chance. But yeah, like I just kind of had like let a lot of things go. It's like, record this really quickly. Yeah, there were some mistakes, copy and paste a bit. I didn't do like, usually when I record bassoon, I treat like the room crazy, because I have to mic bassoon, you got to put it pretty far away unless you want a really funky up close sound of like one tone hole or something. So if you listen closely, there's probably tons of frequencies, metal ringing in the room, and I usually try and deaden all that stuff, but it's just like, gotta go fast anyway, right?
Yep, gotta go fast.
Yeah. So I'll put the video up on my Twitter too, so you can see I just did me playing along to it. But yeah, so follow me on Twitter if you don't yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we have Betsy Seven Cats working now. Unfortunately, it appears that the answer is no. So I'm just gonna leave this very cute and very wiggly picture of the Furret up.
I think Grant said he was trying to.
Yeah, he did, and unfortunately, it's still not going for me. I don't even know if I'll be able to get my own videos up, but we'll deal with it as it is, and at the very least, we can still play the audio. So
okay.
Yep.
I can post the video on Twitter, probably.
Yeah. So going to play the audio, please mute yourselves, and here we go. All right, that was Driftvale City by Betsy Seven Cat. Using various instruments, including the human voice. So, Betsy, would you like to talk about the different instruments that you used? Also, you're muted right now.
Thank you. So I started with the bass, which honestly, the bass was the hardest part, in my opinion.
So you started with the bass, okay, laying down the foundation.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard the slide. That one took a hot minute to figure out. Like, thanks, Grant. This is just like work Zoom calls. But that one, it took a hot minute to figure out like where on the slide I needed to strum. The melodica was not that hard, but I did have to do a bunch of like cut takes more than I was hoping. Just because it's like, well, if I spend 5 hours on this, I could do it in like 3 takes, but I don't have 5 hours, so instead I'm going to do it in 10 takes. Now, the percussion, bear with me for a second. The percussion is a milk jug and a shampoo bottle with rice in it.
Found percussion.
Whatever works, you know?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and the vocals, I basically did that in like 2 sections. The vocals were easy, the percussion was easy, and like aside from the vocals, since it was only in the second half, I just copy pasted everything because I'm like, I don't have time to do this twice.
Yep. A lot of this, when you only have a limited amount of time, is figuring out how to time manage and cut corners when you can and choose it as well as possible.
Yeah, there are also a couple little complications in the baseline that I elected to simplify because I'm like, I can't learn this fast, so. But I don't think anybody would have known if I hadn't said that. I wouldn't have known if I hadn't gone and listened to it at like half speed. So.
Yeah. All right. We have one more song on the Musician Sprint playlist, on the Musician Sprint Challenge playlist. Once again, to remind you, this is music that you have requested via donations all throughout the course of the marathon. The last of the requests is Pokemon Black and White. I am Danny Music. Each of us has had 3 hours, just 3 short amount of time to put together the music that you are hearing right now. So, the last video is going to be my own. For those of you who don't know, I play a bunch of weird instruments, including a theremin, which is behind me. The theremin is an electronic instrument, which is infamously hard for being difficult to play, and you essentially play notes out of thin air. And I used this in a track called Unwavering Emotions from Pokemon Black and White, also with myself on trombone and whistling. I did prepare a video for it, but unfortunately it looks like videos aren't cooperating for us right now. Nope, videos still are not cooperating for us right now. So, audio only it is, and we'll continue to enjoy the beautiful gaze of the ferret. But this is the last song. This is the last song on our queue, so we need to hear this Toad video at 57,500. So one last chance to get those, one last big push for getting that donation in. All right, here's Unwavering Emotions. All right, that was Unwavering Emotions by myself. I guess I'm the one who's going to be talking about my own process right now, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Sure. So I'll say a little bit about it.
That's awesome.
Oh man, thanks. I was able to find a transcription of it online, and I used that as a basis for the arrangement. Oh my gosh, thank you. I was able to use that as a basis for the arrangement, and then from there, the trombone parts were pretty much completely improvised. I just basically took the chords that were in the tune and then played what I thought fit there. I whistled on top of it. I played theremin underneath that a little bit. I don't know if you caught. I did a quick dirty reference in the whistling to "Have You Ever Seen the Rain?" It's a counter melody. It was stuck out way on the top. That was intentional. But
Danny,
yeah,
that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
Very good.
thanks a lot. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And once again, my shortcutting was that there was already a transcription of this, so it was a lot easier for me to make an arrangement, and the nature of the song in general, being that it's shorter and being that it has a lot of more repetitive phrases, made copy and paste your friend. I like it when copy and paste is my friend. I hate it when copy and paste is my enemy. Plagiarism.
Shoutouts to Muscle Taxi, who also agreed that that was awesome with $11 donation. No comment on it though.
Aw, thank you.
And yeah, just a reminder, we're still trying to push towards 57,500 for an emotional toad sound. So like if you really liked Danny's emotional track like that, think of just the glorious meme opportunity we have with an emotional toad donation sound. So get those donations in for Direct Relief. Hurry. Running out of time. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, any closing thoughts?
Thank you for putting all this together, Danny. Like this is such a fun idea too. And like we said before, it even though we're apart, like it was still a lot of that Zeldathon spirit of you wake up, you don't know where you are. Someone's like, quick, come here, we're doing a medley, and you're like, oh, okay. Like sit down.
Yeah.
Bleary-eyed.
Well,
I feel like I should do this more often on my own, you know?
Mhm.
Like it was a good
Yeah.
exercise of go through it fast.
I think it's fun to like try and make something in 3 hours, and then later you go back to it and you're like, okay, now how can I make this better?
Yes.
Absolutely. And then what I was really thankful for too was it was music that I had music I hadn't even heard of before. I
Yeah.
never played a single Yakuza game, and then just introduced me to some new bops and stuff to look for.
Mm-hmm. I'll say for myself doing it as well. This isn't this isn't an area that I have all that much experience in outside of just improvising, but for me, a lot of it is there's creativity in restraint. Having a time restriction on you, having that forces you to both use your time more efficiently and then to think of it more in terms of like the minimum viable product. What do I absolutely need in order to get this out? And then you focus on the things that are actually important and not as much on stuff that is more expendable and not as necessary.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like kind of thinking I'm only going to record what I know I'm only going to have time to edit, and I'm only going to edit in
yeah.
the things I know I'll have time to mix, you know? So just like starting with that small bites in the very beginning, you know, or else you can, if you start out with so much stuff, you're going to have to scrap half of it when the time comes up.
Mm. All right. Well, that'll about conclude it for this segment. Thank you all for watching, and tune in for even more crazy Zeldathon content. The next thing on our schedule is called Pokemon Yeet Yachts, which is a randomizer of Pokemon Crystal. It is a battleship randomizer that'll be hosted by Kizaron and Etiquette, and as a Pokemon fan, that is something I am super excited for, and I hope you are too. So, thanks for hanging out. We'll have more content to you shortly, and in the meantime, keep donating to Direct Relief.
Good morning, Trevino. It is now 8 a.m.
Monokuma? What are you doing?
I'm hungry. So, how about some McDonald's? Can we go, please?
No, we have food in the kitchen. I just got some groceries. Just go make a sandwich.
And eat like a filthy slob? No way, Jose. Take me to McDonald's. Help me fulfill my deepest desires.
I don't have time for this.
You're just gonna let me starve to death? And you call me insensitive? Can we please go to McDonald's?
No.
Now, can we go to McDonald's?
No.
Listen, buckaroo. I'm starving and you're holding me hostage until I starve to death.
Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
Good. Then make it up to me and take me to McDonald's.
We're not going to...
Do you want to repeat that to boo-boo-boo?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Put the knife down. And get in the car.
I'm so glad you're taking me to McDonald's. I love you, roommate.
Yeah, only because you threatened me with a knife.
When you order the kids' meal, can you make sure I get the boy toy?
You're getting the girl toy.
But I don't want the girl toy.
Well, we can't have nice things, can we?
Hi, can I get the number 2, please, the quarter pounder? And can I also get one Happy Meal as well, please? The hamburger.
Make sure they add extra to spare to my burger.
The fact that we're eating McDonald's is pretty much despair in itself.
Man, this food is just too good. I think we got a great thing going on, you and I, Trevino.
Oh, really? I had no idea. Can you enlighten me on what that is?
You buy me food, and I eat it. And it's nice to have a free Uber drive me wherever I want. I'm living the good life with you as my stepping stool.
Why haven't I ripped out your stuffings already?
Because you love me.
Eat a nugget.
I sure will. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, despairing it.
Having fun? Well, I'm having fun watching SideQuest, a 96-hour charity marathon where we play my favorite games. 100% of your donations go to direct relief and support their awesome work in over 80 countries worldwide and all 50 states. Their mission is to deliver medical supplies to where they are needed, including those in poverty, as well as free medical clinics worldwide. They are currently responding to the COVID-19 pandemic by distributing protective equipment across the globe to where it's needed most urgently. You want to stay in touch with the team or relive some of the best moments of our over 10-year-long history? No problem. Our Twitter account is @Zeldathons with an S, and on Instagram you can find us at @Zeldathon. For weekly videos, you can simply follow our YouTube channel. The Yeti and 3 amazing artists are helping us again to raise money by selling beautiful shirts that you can find at zeldathon.net/store. Proceeds from every shirt will be donated to direct relief. This time we have the final dose made by Tsunami Korean showing Mario taking a well-deserved map. Or maybe you are more into Animal Crossing and enjoy bugs just a little too much? Artsy Rosie got your back with Not Again. And lastly, we know you cannot go without Zelda, at least I can't. I can not. We have Atsukunatsu with Tranquil Winds, a brand new shirt featuring Link.